We want you to know that you're not alone and to realize your real estate vision. Community partnerships are essential. Partnerships with your bank, your neighbors, and ultimately your real estate professional.
To do so, experts in the affordable housing space, wealth principles, collaboration with businesses and philanthropic organizations, all in an effort to continue this meaningful transformation and enrich the lives of those we serve. We are here. We are in it. The endeavor to do better, to be better, to produce meaningful environments from the rubble of their individual situations and circumstances. To say proudly, it can be done. It can be done because we did it. And we can do it in your situations as well if you are willing to do the work.
Well, hello, welcome back. This is Felicia Moore, your Director of Community Resources and Engagement for Exit Realty West Midtown and Associate Broker. I'm so glad to be back with you live. I want to thank Michael and all those who helped me to kind of fill in the gaps when I wasn't able to be here. As you know, real estate is a busy business, and we always want to make sure that we're serving our customers. And that's what we've been doing. And that's why we do the work here at Exit Realty West Midtown. For those of you who just may be tuning in, or those of you who are going to help me out, and I'm going to tell you how you can do that in just a minute. Let me just kind of review what this show is and let you know that we're going to do some more exciting things in 2024. But realty, resources, and reality is exactly the name of the show and exactly what we talk about. Realty, anything related to real estate. There are so many topics and issues related to the real estate industry, what's going on in the real estate market, that we could be here forever. So we'll never run out of topics. Resources, we're not going to run out of those either. Because whether you're trying to buy a home, whether you're trying to sell a home, whether you're trying to maintain the home that you have, it could be a home, it could be a business, it could be a structure, it could be a vacant lot. So we're talking all things real estate, and you're trying to protect those and maintain those. We're going to talk about resources, and we got one today that we're going to talk about resources that you can use. The other thing is the realities. The reality of ownership, whether it's again land or a building or a home, the reality of realty is enormous because there are a lot of things that are going on out here, a lot of things that you should be aware of as an owner and ownership. And the more we delve into these topics, the more you'll find, as I am finding, there are a lot of layers that we have to make sure that we're covering as we're dealing with it. So before we get started today, yes, they are stealing your property. And you know, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to continue to talk about it because I don't think that our message is getting out. And this one really, for some reason, just sticks in my craw. And as I'm doing more research, I'm finding more and more layers again on how this is happening. But there are things that we can do to help mitigate it, and help protect ourselves. And today I've got something to show you where somebody's actually trying to do something about it. So we're going to need to start talking to our state legislators here. But first, in order for this message to get out, you've got to help. That's just it, bottom line. So let me tell you how you do that. You can like, you can share, and you can subscribe. So let me tell you all of the reasons why that's so important. If you like it, it gets it in the algorithm so that YouTube will show it on people's feeds that may be looking for real estate information, and they'll get it and perhaps they'll look at it. If you subscribe, which I really want you to do, we need to get the audience builder so that YouTube knows that people are interested in this show. So it doesn't hurt anybody to hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, there's a little bell where you can hit all notifications. Make sure you get all notifications so you don't miss a show. If you can't watch it live, that's fine. You can always replay the show at another time and watch it. So the final way you can help, and this one is an excellent way to help us get this message out. And this show, I hope, will have less technical difficulties. Even with those, the information is going to be great. Share it. Hit that share button. Share it, or either copy the link and share it on your social media platforms, Facebook, whichever you choose, so other people will see it, and kindly ask them to like, share, and subscribe as well. As we build this audience, we'll be able to get this information out to more people. And I'm going to keep talking about it until I'm sure that more people are getting the message and looking at the very different nuances to how this occurs, because it's occurring. It's not only occurring here, but it's also occurring all across the country. Now, if you want to reach me directly, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You can email me, or you can send me a text, and I will respond to your calls. Whether it's about this topic, some other topic that you think that I should look at, and I know that there are other topics out there because people have given me some. So I've got some other good shows coming up. So if you just have a real estate question, maybe you just tired of getting all those calls that come in and wanting to find out what the real value of your property is for all these people calling, we can do a comparative market analysis here. There's no charge, no obligation from you. Just let me know and we'll do that. If you are looking to buy or sell real estate, I certainly would love to help you or anyone at Exit Realty West Midtown. We have a heart for people, and we want to make sure that we're serving all of your needs. So please like, share, and subscribe, as I said. Also, we are going to take a break so that you can do that. When we come back, we'll continue with the show. I've got some good videos for you. So hold on, and we will be right back.
The real estate market continues to change. Your local Exit Realty office is just a call away. At Exit Realty, we sell homes. Reach out to us today.
They want to work smarter. They want to have a great work-life balance, but they also want to change the world. And they want to do their part in changing the world. They want to embrace a company that cares. And now with the opportunity for residual income, they can create anything. Forget about Game Changer. This is, without question, a life changer for the business.
So I'm back, and today we're going to continue to talk about what we've been talking about, is how people are still in your property through property deed theft. Many of you probably saw the story, and I know a few people called me because they had some other issues going on, wondering if they may have been caught up in this bag. But understand that it's not just happening here in Atlanta or the state of Georgia or the Atlanta metropolitan area. It's happening all across the country. I want to share this one clip, but I actually will be coming back to this clip because there's a lot of great information in here as we continue to delve on this subject. But for right now, let's just kind of see how deed theft occurs. Let me do this. Let me share my screen here. Okay, share screen, and we want to see this. Hold on, let me get it up here for you, and hit play.
Mr. Baldridge, there's a whole lot of properties that have been conveyed to your company where people are dead.
Deed fraud? It's pretty easy to do.
I just take them the paper, give them the money, and that's it.
Nothing's sacred
Please get out of my face.
for those accused of stealing a property, not even a church.
I bought the building.
Whitney Foster said he had bought the property for $10.
It's just not you to buy the property.
Makes no sense.
Since 2019, our Dirty Deeds investigations exposed thieves stealing churches, houses, a restaurant, and even a former Sam's Club.
They're trying to sell it quickly, make a quick buck.
What'd you buy with the money?
A couple houses.
I couldn't believe it.
They're forging people's signatures on property deeds, filing them with the county clerk, and taking control of property they don't own.
This was not just little bitty fraud. This was big fraud.
It's painful. It makes you angry.
In some cases, they even forge the signatures of dead people. How come all these people that are dead are signing documents as if they've been alive?
I'm attorney Ken Nugent.
So I wanted to show you a little bit about that. That kind of gives you a sense of what's going on out there. But what I'm really excited about is the next video I'm going to share with you. Let me get it up here. And the city of New York, not the city, the state of New York has really taken this on because let me go back to what's happening here in Georgia. So in Georgia, over the years, our clerks, Fulton County, DeKalb County, Douglas County, you name the county, clerks have been sounding the alarm about this. What's been happening is people, for various reasons, and today we're talking about how your house can be even just torn down, but people have been complaining to the clerk's office because, say, for instance, you have your home now and you decided you wanted to refinance it. And you may go to refinance it only to find out, you know what, you're not the owner. Or you own your property and you decide you want to go sell it. And they get to doing the title work, and the title work comes back and says, you know what, you're not the owner. Your property transferred years ago. You wouldn't even have known it happened, but it transferred years ago. And so then trying to get that mess of a web untangled is crazy. And sometimes people actually are not able to do it. And so there was a lot of talk about different legislation here on the state level in Georgia about how to deal with it. And one way they finally decided to pass a law to deal with it was not property registration. Owners could register to make sure that their property was on a list. And anytime someone showed up at the clerk's office and tried to file a lien or transfer that property, then they would be alerted. So, for instance, of course, once I figured this out, I quickly went to Fulton County and registered my property there. I also went to the state of Georgia and I registered there. So that's what the state of Georgia legislator did, was create an alert system so that you would know as a property owner if someone filed something against your address at your home. Now, actually, the state of Georgia goes even further, because I even got an alert when a lien is filed in your name or someone's name that is very close to yours or your address. So you will get those alerts. Why is that important? It's so important because if you get the notice early enough, you can actually do something about it. That's what we want. We want to be able to do something about it as soon as possible versus not knowing it happened at all, and years down the line or months down the line, you try to do something with your property only to find out you can't do anything with your property. So I have put up on the screen where you can register your property with the state of Georgia. So this will be for anyone in the state of Georgia that watches. If you're watching outside of the state of Georgia, just Google your state property tax deed registration, deed theft prevention, whatever, and find that. But I encourage people to do what I did, and that's both. One, register with the county in which your property is or properties. You may have to do it in various counties. And two, with the state. And the only reason I say do both is because if one doesn't tell you quick enough, the other one will. And typically, I believe that the counties are reporting to the state, and then the state is putting those up on their site. So if you register with the county that you live in, I'm hoping that you'll get alerted twice. But not only that will you get alerted twice, you might get alerted quicker by your own county. So that's what we've done here. But I was so happy when I was researching this show to find, and this has been in the last day or two, what's happened in New York. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Let me start the video over. I was a little bit back on my technical skills. Hold on one second. I'm going
How
to
new
start
laws
it over.
aim to keep
I can
people
get my
in their
cursor where I need
homes.
to get it.
It wasn't the closing on a house. Instead, Governor Hochul's signature today was for new legislation aimed at preventing New Yorkers from getting scammed out of.
Let's start it over. This is what's happening in New
It is
York.
a scam that could push you out of your home. Deed theft. It is the process of unknowingly signing away your property to another party.
Yeah, cases have been rising in New York City with more than 3,500 complaints since 2014. Most targeting Black and Latino communities. But up until now, lawmakers.
3,500 complaints. That's a lot. And I'm sure all of the complaints were not registered, particularly in Black and Latino communities, particularly in areas where gentrification is. I'll add another layer on that, particularly seniors who own their homes free and clear, particularly vacant properties. If you know anybody that is even close to any of those categories, you need to register your property, particularly if it's owned free and clear, because that's easiest for them to steal. And seniors, you're going to find another way that they're stealing your property because you are a senior. And frankly, we're going to have to bring in some other experts to kind of tell you how you deal with these things. So let me go on back to the video because I will go off on a tangent on this. Let's see what they're doing in New York.
Who say the crime was nearly impossible to prosecute, so they made a change.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Soul explains how new laws aim to keep people in their homes.
It wasn't the closing on a house. Instead, Governor Hochul's signature today was for new legislation aimed at preventing New Yorkers from getting scammed out of their homes in the form of deed theft.
There are some twisted, cruel people out there, hell-bent on scamming vulnerable New Yorkers. And they've been getting away with a lot.
Just this week, authorities arrested a woman accused of fraudulently selling this house in the Bronx. Mercedes Tiffany King allegedly claimed she was the heir to the property after the homeowner died in 2020. The man was not related to her, but had the same name as King's real father, who had also recently passed away.
Okay, let's stop there. I gotta stop it because I don't want you to miss what happened here. There was someone who had a name similar to a name of someone who died. There are actually people out there all day long, every day, searching all over the country, obituaries. So I'm going to put a plug here and say that, we're going to have some future shows where we have people come and help us protect our assets and particularly our property and making sure we have our affairs in order. On a personal note, my mother's aging, and I'm dealing with, handling her affairs, making sure things are in order. And it occurred to me, you know what, Felicia? Are your things in order? I may go before her. You never know. It's not up to us to tell our time when our time is up. But it is up to us to make sure when it is up that we have things that we need to have in order. So we're going to have some future shows as well. Just another layer of this issue, making sure that we're doing what we need to do for our property, our assets, so that when we go and make our transition, that we are leaving what we had in a state where someone can't come and steal it out from under you because their name was similar, or they go out and get some fake ID to make themselves look similar, pretend as if they're a family member and steal your property. And then later on, when, if there are family members attached and they try to do something, they find out they don't. This is something that we're going to be dealing with. And again, I'm looking forward to 2024 because we're going to really relaunch this show and we're going to go and delve deep into these issues and other issues that may come up. But back to New York.
The scams typically target elderly homeowners who have fallen behind on their mortgage payments, usually in communities that are becoming gentrified. The victims often think they're refinancing, only to find out they've signed over their property.
After we signed the papers, men from the company came to our home to intimidate and harass us.
It took this Brooklyn couple 9 years to reclaim ownership.
Deed theft.
Did you hear that? 9 years. They're already seniors. It took them 9 years to reclaim ownership of their property. And in that 9 years, I'm sure that they dealt with a lot of stress. They were just saying they were intimidated, harassed. That's a lot to go through. But we are going to work to make sure that we can protect ourselves as best we can so we don't have to.
Steals generational wealth from Black and brown communities. And it's gone on for far too long.
The new law makes it easier for the Attorney General and district attorneys to invalidate documents which are usually forged, and it makes it harder to evict homeowners after they've been swindled.
So that is really good information to know. One, they're going to prosecute people if they can find them. They are going to help clear up and invalidate fraudulent paperwork. And that's a good thing. And really try to help homeowners who fall victim to this to be able to do something. So that is what we're going to need to be working on. And, we've got a legislative session coming up in January. If I can get you all to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and get more people engaged in it, we as a group and a community and people who are concerned and realtors and everyone, we can start to try to get our state legislators to really pay attention to what's going on. They've done a good job. Let's give them their kudos while they have them for making sure that we can register our property so we know what's going on. But we need them to go a step further so that we can prosecute these people. So we're going to take a break. Please, again, like so people will know that we're out here and Facebook knows that we're out here. Share on your Facebook and others. This is a topic, and the show has not had many glitches, so please share this information and subscribe. That would be great. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you why this is important, how it kind of dovetails with what's going on in New York, this story you just saw, and what we need to do as seniors, particularly seniors need to do. But we'll be right back.
Like, this is amazing. There's no limit. The opportunities are endless and they just keep compounding. You can earn over 100%.
And everybody has that opportunity, and it's awesome.
You can build multiple streams of income.
I love it. I have so much freedom.
What I love about Exit is the camaraderie. I have a network of other broker owners that are truly supportive.
What I love most about Exit is the people and the culture that it brings right from head office.
Exit training has made all the difference in the world for me and my business.
I love the training at Exit. I love the family, the culture. Honestly, I love everything it offers.
Okay, we're back. I want to share this. This is what happened in Atlanta.
Channel 2 Action News investigates deed fraud demolition. An Atlanta woman says all she has now is an empty lot.
And that's after her home was stolen and bulldozed. Investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln has been working on this story for months. And Ashley, you actually found out how elaborate this fraud really is.
Very elaborate, Karen and George. We found out that this all came out in court after attorneys for the company who purchased this property alleged Linda Willis's home was stolen from her. And we found out she's not alone when it comes to this type of fraud.
Okay, so this is back to home, back to Atlanta. And many people saw this story and were horrified. Please listen to the details of what happened to her.
Just in disbelief.
Cradled in the middle of two historic homes is a vacant lot on Ralph Miguel Boulevard in the heart of the old Fourth Ward.
And point, see, people don't realize how much history this brings.
Linda Willis told me her home of more than 30 years stood here until November 2nd, 2021. The day Willis watched as a bulldozer destroyed it.
And I tried hollering, and I couldn't get anything out.
Willis was...
So, can you imagine? I mean, just stop. Let me stop right here and say, can you imagine?
Wasn't living in the home at the time because of smoke damage from a small kitchen fire. She says the contractor told her he was hired by Spencer Love Homes. She immediately called the company.
I said, I didn't sell my property.
But this woman, Sincera Willis, did. Fulton County Superior Court property in April of 2021 after probate court gave her control over the property of her deceased mother, who happened to have the same name as Linda. Well, almost.
At probate court gave her permission to take whatever Linda Darden, very important.
And your name was listed as Linda D. Willis.
Mine was listed as Linda D.
In just 4 months, Cicera transferred Linda's home to Parkwood Living by limited warranty deed. Parkwood then sold it to Spencer Love Homes for $500,000. Linda first told Channel 2 about this nightmare last year. She says shortly after our interview, Spencer Love Homes took her to court after she refused to give up on her property.
I get a summons.
Attorneys representing Spencer Love Homes allege Linda Willis was a victim of deed fraud, citing tax records.
She never had paid taxes. If her mother died in 2014 and you never paid a tax bill, you wouldn't have owned it anyway.
When Cicera was questioned, she cited her Fifth Amendment right to not speak. We went to 2 DeKalb County homes listed as Cicera's place of residence.
Oh, well, she don't live here, and that's not my name.
Eventually, Willis got her property back.
Can you afford to rebuild?
No.
Attorney Diane Baker says her office is seeing an increase of homeowners wanting protection regarding deed fraud cases.
And they're very concerned about it, especially older clients.
She says the best protection is getting a living trust, which would have helped Linda.
Then the administrator of the estate, the person committing the fraud, would not have been entitled to sell the property.
Baker says thieves target homes that are paid off, appear abandoned, or homeowners who have common names.
Do you feel vindicated now at this point?
How could I? They haven't paid nothing to rebuild. They're just saying simply, just give the dirt back to her.
And Willis told us she tried filing criminal charges multiple times against Cicera. We found out no one has been charged. Atlanta police told us that this was a civil matter. We did ask both APD and the GBI. Both agencies say in these cases, victims have to take action through civil court by hiring an attorney, which we all know can be pretty expensive.
Yeah, they can't afford it. And you mentioned a living trust, having a living trust. Is there something else you can do to protect your property?
Yeah, we actually found out both Fulton and DeKalb counties, they have programs to protect individuals from fraud alert if this happens to your property. From our investigations going back to 2010, DeKalb County birthed their program through these types of Channel 2 Action News investigations. In this case, we're going to have a list of other ways people can protect their properties on WSBTV.com.
Because with identity theft, because with all confusion, and because with fraud, this could happen to so many people. And that's why those alerts are so important. Ashley, thank you. By the way, if you want to take a look at a gallery of what this woman's house used to actually look like, we have those pictures. So sad for her.
Yeah.
WSBTV.com. Thank you, Ashley.
Let's see if I can get back on. Yeah, I want everybody to thank Channel 2. Many other stations have done stories on this and our fair use of their video for commentary, as well as Fox in New York City. I have put on the bottom of the screen that you can register your property, and I suggest you do it with your county, but I also suggest you do it statewide. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back.
It's a great system. It's very special. It's financial freedom, security for the family, and just being able to build a life I want for myself and the kids.
In this business, there's a lot of peaks and valleys and a long time between closings. So single level residuals and the sponsorship piece with Exit fills in those gaps.
You know, if I'm sold on something, I can bring somebody in because I want to share in what I have. Right? So it's a nice feeling to bring people into a company that you're proud of and that you're also feeling you're helping them.
The Exit formula is like nothing else in there. This is real dollars, actual money, not options, not promises, not hope that sometime in the future some thing's gonna fall from the sky and fill your bank account. That's not what happens. This is real money that just shows up in your account. Single level residuals.
Some little extra dream money.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's show. We just touched the surface on this. I thought, I'd do a couple shows on how you can protect your property from deed theft and I'd be done with it and can move on to the million other things. But I'm going to keep focusing on this until you help me out by liking this video, sharing this video. That is the big one. Please put it on your social media platform. Say, hey, this is what Felicia's doing these days. And here's some good information. And please subscribe and hit all notifications so you can see our future shows. Again, look forward to our relaunching next year, but we're going to keep at this. At the bottom of the screen, I have put down that you can register your property with your county. And you can also, but most definitely with the state, because that way you'll get anything from anywhere with your county, more specifically your property, okay? And you can always replay this video if you didn't get the information. I really appreciate you all joining. I'm glad to be back. For a live video. But I want you, again, to please reach out. Make sure that you share this video and do what you need to do. Get online. It only takes a few seconds. I did it. You can do it with your county and with the state. And if you're not in Atlanta or Georgia or anywhere in the metropolitan area, you're out of state, every state across the country is suffering from the same thing. This is a scam that really probably needs some federal legislation. But until then, protect yourself the best you can. Google it and see what you need to be doing where you are. You all have a great rest of your day, and we will see you again for another episode of Realty, Resources, and Realities. Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.